Hello world, I'm Carp. Welcome back to Cultist Simulator Unflinching Order, where we are playing as the Forge cult, going for a Forge victory. What is that aspect? Veneration Forge. This organization venerates a principle called Forge, which we call upon in the name of the Forge of Days herself and the Madrugard, among others. Right, at this moment we are not actually bidding on auction. We have done with Oriflamme since they're selling the Deep Mysteries something book there. We are translating on what is contained by silver from Greek to English. We are pursuing an investigation because we are the detective. We are entering the woods. Time is passing, season of fascination is incoming. They are the perils of renown because, well, our friends in the bureau think that we might be up to something. And we are speaking of esoteric matters on the streets. We have evidence here, of course, because we are creating that evidence all the time. And we have some notoriety here, which is bad. So we're just gonna have to keep a hold of the notoriety until this cycle is done, and then we don't have to worry about that anymore for a little while. Okay, Oriflamme is done. We don't need to go to Oriflamme anymore. Instead, we'll head to Morelands and spend the rest of our money there. And grab a hold of the notoriety. What in the world? Did you see what just happened there? Let's take the occult strap. I was holding on the notoriety, but then we went to the woods and this grabbed it immediately. I didn't let go of the mouse button. It just grabbed it. Bloody hell. Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. No, not really. We're not getting any more Oh, he can turn this tentative evidence into damning evidence. But we can use the damning evidence to get the bad guy into jail. So, is it really a bad thing for us? I mean, it's just a green hanger-on that's our troublemaker at this time, so... Probably not really that big of a deal. I walked in the wood last night, and the scissors worked in distance, and the fur thing scrambled my mouth and swanned my ears. Yeah, we read this before already. Got us an occult strap. Now, let's dream this dread away. And this one gives us another dread, which... well... there is a season of dread incoming. Of course there's a season of dread incoming. Okay, what do we find from Morelands? The Divine's Canandra. Back to Morelands. Spend all of our money there, and you are gonna grab one of the evidences now. I think, considering the evidence, aren't you? Wait, what? Seriously, are these somehow different evidences than the other ones? So I'm pretty sure that one time when I played this, well, I mean the game has been upgraded, patched a couple of times after the last time I played the detective, but I'm pretty sure that this could grab this evidence back then, but yeah, they probably fixed it. Okay, that's good. So we don't really have to worry about anything, really. Progress! So more evidence. Okay, we're just gonna have, once this creates the evidence, we're gonna see what's the difference between these evidence types here then. Let's read on what is contained by silver. A dire bestiary of the horrors to be found in mirrors. This is a recent edition of a 3rd century text by Pomander, and it's the same text here. Always bugs me with this book. And let's work with our inspector's position, since apparently it isn't nearly as dangerous as I thought it would be. Let's not use one reason, so we can actually use that one reason for the next cycle. What just happened there? Okay, you took the dread there. Okay, there's a fleeting reminiscence, and you're still not done with the evidence. Please be done with the evidence soon. Found wrapped in the king. And let's get back to Morelands. Okay, fleeting reminiscence. Now, let's dream about our temptation power with the ardent orison. Flame's dedication. I will dedicate myself to the pursuit of power. Okay, and you made tentative evidence now. Okay, so what is different between... okay, this is evidence level. And this is just suspicious. A detective may wish to investigate this, but they actually didn't. Okay, now it's just... yeah, but we're not getting any notoriety happening here really right now. So this tentative evidence, it's just gonna go away. So... right. That lasts for 10 minutes. Holy crap. Okay, found Kuna and Gath from Morlands. Let's go sell it to Orflams immediately. Since we already speak Greek, we don't need that book, and I don't want it clogging up my table. Okay, who did we find this time? A hanger-on. Hey, but it's a grey hanger-on, so as soon as we find Poppy, we can just feed... Oh no, night terrors. No! I don't want night terrors. Okay, also read what is contained by Sylvan. The virgins / maidens of the mirror favor orchids, and the behindlings favor the rhododendron. Cut flowers of either nature should not be placed before polished bronze. An appendix contains a rite which might be used to summon some of these entities, although the details of its use are not made clear. So we get the rite of Watchman's Sorrow. This rite recalls the loss of the watchman who walks the house which has no walls. Light goes before him and shadow behind. He must not see you. The instrument of power is used to summon him to take his sacrifice. Precious knowledge from the root of your thoughts. Desist and then speak the words that anchor your sanity, so choose someone you trust. And a man's glimpse. A snatch of poetry, a single memory of a certain house that all of us visit at least twice in our lives. For once first visit the manses, this lore is almost essential. And more progress, which is always 3 funds, so that's nice. And yeah, so this only lasts 300 seconds, half of the time of this actual evidence. That's fine. Okay, now we're gonna have 2 dread in here pretty soon, so we're gonna want to get rid of the dread, which means we're gonna have to dream on some funds soon. But our work, like unfortunately working with the inspector's position apparently can create dread, so we don't want to do that right now. Instead we are gonna paint a bit, hope to get some contentment. We will use a fleeting reminiscence as the inspiration. We will not study Stum, because studying Stum will give us more dread. Instead, we will read the 6 letters on necessity here. Warnings and confessions about the cost of the invisible arts, addressed to a student by the 17th century magus and reputed immortal Julian Cosley. Cosley's tone is urgent, as if he suspected he might have little time left. Oh, and we should be talking to someone about something like... I mean, we don't have anything we need to get rid of, so we'll just talk on the streets, get more people in here. Okay, and we got 1 fund, which is, well, good enough. And we'll go to Morlands, buy some more books, and now we have the Flame's dedication. I whispered the words that the smith speaks to the iron, that the murderer speaks to their victims, that the fire speaks to its fuel. Only I know what I have done, but it has shaped my path now. I have advanced a step towards a terrible ascension. What do you mean terrible? Nice, beautiful, not terrible. I have dedicated myself to the acquisition of immortal power at any cost. Upgrade this card further to make power victory possible. I must be a true initiate of the Manses. I need to work with the Forge aspect to invoke the Forge of Days and begin the change. Yes. Right, I can go... I've gone as far as I can in dream. I must perform the work. No, actually, I need to dream. But we can't get to the stack door just yet, so let's not dream about that. Let's dream about the way of the woods. And use passion. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I was supposed to dream about funds, because now we have this dread here. I'm gonna grab the dread. Oh! Bloody hell. Because it did the thing, it wasn't an actual dread first, it was the pre-dread card, and then when it turned into the actual dread, it immediately dropped from my hands, even though I was holding the button. Horrifying. Okay, got a collection of poetry, and back to Morlands we go. Okay, and we painted, and the painting gave us contentment. Good, that was what we were going for with the painting. Now we do have a couple of glimmerings here now, so it would be maybe it is time to increase our passion a bit further. So, do we want to keep working with the inspector's position? You know what? No, it's weird. Are we? Because I'm thinking that we're down with that, but it's a good source of money, and apparently the evidence isn't as scary as I thought it was, so But it might get... Well, the one dread wouldn't bother us right now. You know what? Let's just let it go. We'll let it go now. Except I don't have any passion to paint with, so we're probably not gonna get any glimmering. So you know what? Let's just... I'm not very confident about my decisions with working here. Hey, an erudition and a smith's secret. Do we need the erudition for anything? No. No, do we need the glimmerings? There's really no point in reading any of these books. We really need to study Thumb, but I am too afraid to do it while... Because we get dread from reading Thumb, or watching Thumb, and then we get dread from working here like we sometimes do. That's 2 dread. And that will be the end. But we can dream with money. Okay, yeah, let's just watch Thumb here. A can of nitrate film labeled Stum, silent or perhaps mute. The director's name, Johnny Corset, is shakily appended. The film rattles through the projector, glows silently on the wall. It is the story of a foolish student of forbidden sciences who recruits a dancer to entice the dead back into a world through a flaw in its skin. It's a fiction, but here on a title card is laid out the operation of the declining sun. Okay, there goes the contentment. Here we have some exotic cravings. Maybe it will grab... okay, collection of poetry from Morlands. Very nice. Buy more stuff. What are we? We're gonna require 3 lessons learned to gain more passion. Like, if we created one of these glimmers in lesson learn and read 2 of these collections of poetry, that would be enough. Also, why aren't you grabbing my dedication power? Because it's not on the 3rd mark yet. Oh, now you're grabbing. Okay. But what are we dreaming about? Dreams of... Did I forget to put my passion in here when I dreamt about the woods? Looks like it. And now we have to... Oh, crap. Yeah, that gives me a restlessness as well. I dreamt of opening doors, red doors and gold doors, and doors of glass and doors bound like books and railway carriage doors and castle gates. Behind one was the something I seek. I woke with the slamming of doors still in my ears. Right, okay, so let's dream about some funds to get some contentment, because we're gonna need that for sure. Okay, from Morlands we found, hey, a collection of essays. Nice. Let's get back to Morlands. Okay, progress. 3 funds. That's fine. Now we're gonna have to paint for sure. Let's use the mystique. Let's use the passion. Let's add the restlessness with less time. And we watched Stum. Another dread. The right is depicted in chilling detail. Here is the flaw in the world, an influence shimmering in luminous pain. Here is the dancer establishing irresistible rhythm. Here the scholar recites the operation, and now the misty dead whirls to the floor to consume him. The film closes on the dancer's watchful eyes. Had she intended it all from the start? So we get the sunset right. The assistant must cry tears of genuine emotion, which are asperged in the place where the influence lies. If all is done well, the sun in rags will consume the influence, acknowledge an ending, and lends its assistance. And the operation of the declining sun, this invokes, acknowledges, and welcomes the passage to silence. Right, which also gives us, like, okay, so Winter 6, we can use that to dream to the next door. Okay, there's a contentment. And there's a dread. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, dreams. So, study. Okay, let's study this glimmerings here now. Let's dream our way to the next door. Way to the woods, use the mantis glimpse. Approaching the white door. There is a house in the wood. I know something of that house. Enough to find my way to its light? Probably. Okay, and then we find a hanger-on. The amount of hanger-ons, I mean, seriously. Okay, well, let's take Victor in the cult here. We'll use the restlessness. Victor is a sly fellow, and he knows an unusual opportunity when he sees it. Oh, tremblings in the air, that's fine. And from Morlands we found another collection of essays, and back to Morlands we go. And let's grab a hold of this dread so that this thing will actually grab the contentment first. Yes, thank you. And we don't need any colors here. Our inspector's position might not actually be a lost thing, because we didn't have to paint twice in a row. Okay, Victor is now a believer. Victor is a sly fellow, but loyal. Can we get Victor to be a disciple with the stuff we have here right now? I do not think we can, because it needs to be, what's the level? 7th intensity, yeah, then we only have the Ardent Orison, and we don't have any trappings, so we cannot do that. But that's fine, we'll just keep talking on the streets. And from Morlands we found Kittling Ripe, and other stories, and back to Morlands we go. And the painting painted, hey, more glimmering, nice. And we'll work with our inspector's position, try to find out about this troublemaker, use a couple of reasons. And here we have a glimmering lesson learned, so let's combine these to get another one. And then we got to the white door. These are the bounds about the house, with their mists and their traces. This is the rock called the Temple of the Wheel, high as a church spire, patched with black lichen and daubed with eye signs. I round it, and there ahead of me is the white door. The light of the house leaks round its edges. Right, but we don't really... Well, actually, yeah, one thing we want to do with the white door immediately is we want to dream about it. In my dreams, I know the path to the white door through the bounds, but that path is strong with the dead who pass that way. I will need help to resist their chill. And we're gonna dream with our dedication power to get to the stag door. The ascent is slow. Winds from nowhere pluck at me. My skin is stained with light. The wood shivers with motion, far below. Because we want to get the stag door's riddle as soon as possible so that we know what we're gonna have to find to answer that riddle. Hey, there's extra contentment for us. Nice, and this is already taking this away, so everything is actually pretty fine. Oh, another collection of poetry. Let's get some more stuff from Morlands. A new acquaintance, that's fine. I mean, it's good. Okay, the Latin grammar, nice. We can learn Latin now. And let's buy more stuff from Morlands. Okay, more progress made here. Which is, I mean, it's fine, we're just always gonna do this here. Getting 3 funds for 1 minute of work is very good. I mean, it's actually almost as good as working on the highest level of Glover and Glover. That gives, is it 4? Oh, is it only 4? Or does it give 5? I do not remember really. Okay, so now we read one of the collections of poetry, and we will have the 3 we need to increase our passion. Which is very nice. To the stag door. The stag door, a rigid barrier of blood-streaked horn, huge enough for a ship to pass. It was broken long ago, and even now the scars are not quite healed. In a declivity beside the door rests a vast and wounded golden head. Its mouth would be large enough to swallow me, were its jaw not shattered. It is the name, Gerby. It begins to intone its riddle. Okay, so let's check out what riddle we have here. What are the words that make sacrifice sweet? Answer this riddle to pass the stack door and be accounted a no. Okay, the words that make sacrifice sweet, that's the Grail 6 lore. And that particular lore, that's not a difficult word. Why did I get so tongue-tied with that? And we will find from, I'll quickly check my notes to see from where. Well, from the Foreman House or the Kuznetsov Endowment, which are level 6 and 8 Secret Histories locations. Which, now I think that I probably should have bought all the Grail books. I mean, or all the books from... yeah, cause... yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to probably combine and subvert some lore to get to the lore we need. Because we're not gonna get level 6 or level 8 Secret Histories without actually getting to the stack door. So, and if we need those to get to the stack door, that might be a little bit of a problem. But yeah, no, we're just gonna combine and subvert, and it will be fine. Let's keep dreaming about the woods here, though. Once we have 6 occult scraps, we'll stop dreaming about the woods, and then we'll move on to dreaming about the white door. Okay, for Moorlands, we get another collection of essays, and back to Moorlands we go. Who did we find this time? Tristan! Hey, Forge fellow. Always nice to have more Forge people. Where's my white door? There's my white door. Let's put these things over here. And let's talk more about stuff on the streets. And for Moorlands we found Sanskrit Reader. We already have one, so let's go sell it. And didn't get any more evidence this time, but that's fine. We're just doing this for the money anyways. Don't really care about the evidence at all. Okay, and here we have a 30 glimmering lesson learned, so with all of those we can increase our imagination once more, and back to the woods we go. We'll take that scrap and then we'll head back to the woods. There's my passion, there's my passion. What's this? A fleeting reminiscence. Let's move this over here. Wrong kind of attention once more, but yeah, we don't care about that. We're not doing anything really wrong at this point in time. Murmurings in the audience. Alright, we're selling something there right now. Oh, we got 2 funds for that. Nice. Okay, and back to Moorlands, which I'm pretty sure it's getting very close to being emptied out. Progress, more funds, and let's work with this some more. Couple of reasons in there. But this is the tentative evidence that he's actually working with, right? But there's no notoriety, so yeah, he cannot upgrade that evidence, so everything is awesome. And we'll go to Will, get an awareness of appetite, which does nothing for us, so we'll get back to the woods. There's some exotic cravings going on here, which is fine, and we have some more passion. Now, we could just read all the collections of poetry and increase our passion once more. But I'm not sure if we have the lore required to increase it. I mean, Moth probably will do it, but I'm not 100% certain about that, so... You know what, let's read Rap in the King at this point, because we're gonna need Grail, and this is Grail stuff if I remember correctly. Detailed accounts by James Colin Murphy of secret bacchanals and ecstatic dances observed in necropolises and graveyards in southern Europe, in Egypt and in Anatolia. The author is a self-confessed ghoul, an eater of buried flesh. He claims to have witnessed the dances while he's feasting. The dances draw from the traditions of the mysteries of the cults of Isis and of Kibel, but include both symbolic and literal playings, and the human heart is always central in the rites. The author punctuates his accounts with queasily sensuous descriptions of his own interrupted feasts. And I think Moorlands... yeah, Moorlands is closing. And moving on, Miss Moorland informs you. My stock is largely exhausted, and the Suppression Bureau are taking an interest. So it's goodbye. This last book is nonsense, but I tucked some interesting papers in the back as a thanks for your custom. Come on, be Grail. Ah, no. If that being Grail lore, it would have been really good. Okay, let's put that silly book over there. What do we need to increase this? HQ with a library. Okay, so we might just, as soon as we need to, we'll turn this into our library, because it's just a good HQ to have. Okay, so how many lores do we have here right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and once we take the Grail lore in, I have dreamt of the forge, and I long for the heat of her flames. It is almost time to perform the work and begin the changes, but I must have enough forge as the exploration might find more. Right, so we're gonna have to paint that away, or take someone into cult with that, which is something we might just do. Another hanger on. Why? Why am I getting all the hanger-ons now? Yeah, let's just use the Unflinching order. Let's use the Restlessness. Can we upgrade? If we use the Restless and the Ardent Orson... No, that's not enough to promote. Okay, let's take Tristan in the cult, because we know he's a Forge fellow. And should we start exploring? Now, the thing why I really don't want to start exploring right now is because, well, first of all, we really don't have people to do any of the expeditions. Like, pretty much none. And if we have the expeditions just hanging around here on the table, our rival can go and do those. So this guy can just decide to go and do one of those expeditions at some point. So that is also a reason I don't want them to just be hanging around there before we have the people that can actually do them. Because I wanted to do it so that as soon as we explore one of these, and we will then immediately send the people we need there out there. Okay, we'll go to the well, get a vitality, that is fine, and then we'll head back to the woods. What do we get from here? The Waking Chant. At this greater feast, a black pig is always crowned as king before its slaying. On this occasion, its heart was weighed on the balance against a knot of feathers, and its skin became a cape for the officiant. Its flesh was left for the crows. But I must confess, my interest was not in the carcass, but in the perfumed flesh of the milliner laid fresh in the earth. Oh, that was actually a Waking Chant. Huh. Do these... which way does it go? Can I turn this into Grail, or is this Grail turned into this? Okay, I can turn this into Grail. So if we find level 4 Grail Law, we can break this down to level 4, and then use those. We can even break this down to level 2. So if we find even one level of Grail Law, I think we'll have, with just this, we'll have what we need. Because we can break this down to 2 level 4 hearts. We break those two, one of those two, to level 2 hearts. And then with just level 1 Grail we can, yeah, combine them to get the level 6 Grail so that we can get through the Stacked Doors Riddle. Yeah, that is something we are gonna have to do. So, you know what, let's just break this. I don't have the reason to do it right now. Where's my reasons? All of my reasons are timid. Okay, well, let's learn Latin at this point then. There's really nothing else for us to study here at this moment. Hey, Tristan is now a believer, which is very nice. Do we have any reason to send him out to explore? No. I should probably check what kind of obstacles we have on the first level things, because basically I seem to remember that a lot of them can be done with just Forge and Edge. Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. No, because the 4th one is the Forsaken Reach. There's 1, 2, 3 that we can do with. Yeah, 3 that we can do with Forge or Edge, and 2 that we need Lantern for. So basically, once we have 2 Forge people we already have, 2 Edge people we already have, and 2 Lantern people, we can start exploring the first level stuff. Okay. Now, so we'll just talk on the streets trying to find. If we find 2 Lantern people, then everything will be great. But hey, I think we're gonna end this episode over here and continue from this point in the next one. I'm Carp. This has been Cultist Simulator Unflinching Order. Goodbye, world. Thanks for watching. See you next time.